Am I in focus? I really hope I am. Okay. I was gonna shake this, but all my ice melted, so now I just look dumb. Cost me 25 whole cents for water. That's the society that we live in. We live in a society. That's kind of what I want to talk about today. Wow, it's hard to get comfortable on rock. I want to talk about surveillance states. Big word. I know. Just making sure there's nobody around. I want to talk about meta glasses. Recently, I say recently, this was like a month ago, I was filmed without my consent on someone's meta glasses, and I didn't even find out until they texted me a picture of them. And I think that meta glasses are way too normalized. I think they're way too accessible. I don't think anyone should have a camera directly on top of their eye. It's weird. It's strange. I know people used to always joke about being able to take a picture with your eyes. I don't think that should be possible. I think if you are meant to remember or recall a certain moment, your brain will. And if you really want to freeze a moment in time forever, it should be physical rather than digital. I've always loved analog media, but that is not the point of today's discussion. What is the point of today's discussion? Yes, continuing on meta glasses. So maybe it's my fault that I didn't recognize that they were wearing meta glasses. I mean, sue me for thinking that someone is wearing glasses because they have bad eyesight and not because they want to secretly stalk me. God forbid a girl be a bit naive. It's not the first time that I have been recorded on meta glasses. I think it's the first time of me actually getting to see the footage, which is new. Most times it's just like street interviews and then I never hear from them again, and I'm like, okay, so that's somewhere in the world now. Awesome. I remember at Rolling Loud I got approached by a group of men, all with meta glasses on, all filming me and asking me questions about my outfit, which I was covered pretty much from head to toe, so I don't know what they could possibly have wanted from me. So that was weird. I feel like I personally am so conscious of filming other people because I know that people don't want to be posted on the internet without their consent. That's precisely why I am in a park in the middle of the day while everyone else is at work, so that I don't accidentally film anyone. I think we honestly need to just get rid of all of these street interviewers. They don't provide anything. They don't provide any meaningful discussion. Their questions are always, how many genders are there? I don't know. I don't care. I hate the sound of those bugs in the trees. I don't know if you can hear them. I don't like it. I mean, I don't live in a super densely populated area. I think the most popular spot in my city is the mall, where holy shit, I can't even go to the mall anymore because it's a bunch of teenage street interviewers. They're all so weird. Like, I can't do it. I also just don't want to interact with teenagers at my grown age of 20. Like, what business do I have speaking to someone that's in high school? What business do I have speaking to someone in public? I really, especially a man, there's really no point. There is no meaningful discussion to be had with a man as a woman. On to my next point. Kylie Jenner meta ad. The ad uses the song All I Am by Nina Geraci. I love that song. Don't exactly love that ad. I think that Meta's choice to begin to appeal their glasses to women, to start to normalize meta glasses, is a weird approach, and I know exactly the type of people that it's going to work on, because there is a certain subset of influencer, I'll say, who do not have a mind of their own. They are constantly purchasing things. They're the type of people who wear Park and Rhode, I don't know, like Laneige lip balms, stuff like that. Like, whatever's trending, whatever's popular, that's their ish. You know, the ones with like the LTK and the Amazon storefront. Those are the people that would purchase Meta sunglasses. Kylie Jenner Meta sunglasses. They'd probably do it because they're getting paid to do so. Which, hey, I would do it too for a check. I would turn into a basic bitch for a check. Especially those kinds of promo checks, do you know how much they get paid? Like, damn. But I think it's weird to target that to women because women have been victims of unconsensual recording. A lot of men use these Meta Glasses videos to sexualize them. I don't know if that's the right word. In a way, it's pornographic, I think. The power dynamic, I guess, of being recorded without your consent is a type of pornography for them. It contributes to rape culture. The idea of women and consent and being filmed without that, if you catch what I'm trying to say here. This is a bit of an unfinished thought, but there's something to go off there, I'm sure. The use of these Meta Glasses for women, the targeted ads for them, I think will end up being a lot like, have you guys ever heard of hat pins? They used to be pins that women would wear in the previous century where, you know, they had these big ass pins to hold their hats up on their head in weird ways, and women started to use them as weapons against men, and that's why they don't sell hat pins anymore, because men would keep coming home with all these marks on their hands because they tried to assault a woman. I feel like something similar will happen with Meta Glasses, where a woman will probably record just like her day-to-day life, and it'll show just how deplorable these men are, which what I think personally will happen is someone really popular or really famous or really rich will get outed doing something pretty bad, and then the government will start to have to create laws against who can wear these recording devices, I guess. But when exactly has a government official doing something bad ever actually done anything? It reminds me a lot of that one episode of BoJack Horseman where there's like a bunch of like shootings, mass shootings, and eventually one of the shooters is a woman, and so the government bans guns, and then Diane goes, wow, I can't believe the government hates women more than it loves guns. It's gonna be something like that, where it's like, wow, can't believe the government hates women more than it loves spying on people. Speaking about spying, flock cameras, what's up with that? I personally am not a fan. I've seen people say a lot of things about these cameras. I don't exactly understand their purpose, if I'll be honest. I've read, and I say I've read, this is via TikTok comment section, so take it with like a handful of salt. I read that flock cameras tracked down a woman who traveled a couple states to get an abortion, and I think they like arrested her for it or something. Yet they can't find missing people, and from what I've heard about these flock cameras is they track your gait. They're supposed to track your license plate, but because they're cameras that are always on, they can track people as well. They can also technically track your gait, which is like the way that you walk. So people have said that like, hey, put a rock in your shoe or something. Not exactly sure how effective that is. I'm sure it is somewhat effective. I'm sure it also hurts. So I'd suggest maybe wearing shoes that are like heavy shoes that are like a size too big. I don't know, like Doc Martens or something. I've never owned a pair of like work boots before, but I've heard that that's good. I don't really see the point of a flock camera. Like, genuinely, what does it do that like a traffic camera doesn't? I've also always really been against like Ring doorbells and stuff, because I just like, there's a bird. I just don't see a point. I mean, I guess from like a homeowner's perspective, I say as I look out onto all of these homes right now who probably all have Ring cameras, yeah, like from that perspective, you should probably know who's at your front door before you go to the front door, because God freaking forbid it's a criminal when you live in the suburbs. It's probably just a fucking delivery man. But I think that especially these rich people and upper middle class people, not saying that I'm not one of them, but like, they tend to criminalize the wrong things. And I think that's really weird. But back on talking about cameras and surveillance and things, I keep on getting these ads for this recording device called Pocket AI, I think. It's just like a slim little thing that you can like put on the back of your phone and put in your pocket, I guess, that essentially like records your conversations and takes notes. You can see why I think it's weird. I started getting ads for it the day that I started researching to talk about this. So I also found that really weird. And I keep getting ads for it. I got an ad for it literally last night. I'm not gonna buy that stupid pocket AI thing. I don't need to record all of my conversations. If there's something I need to remember, I'll write it down in my notebook. Damn. I kind of hate that our phones are always listening in general. I mentioned once 2 months ago that I have too many clothes and I should probably donate or sell some of them. Ever since then, every single ad that I get on a YouTube video, every single ad that I get on a YouTube video is either Depop or Vinted. I'm not gonna sell my clothes, like, ever. I'll just let my closet overflow until I have to buy a new house with a whole room dedicated to all my clothes. I also don't really shop online just because I like to see how stuff fits before I put it on or before I buy it. So I'm not much of an online shopper. I like doing things in person because I like people. I like speaking to people. Kind of on the topic of that, ChatGPT, there was this TikTok that went viral recently that was like, oh my god, ChatGPT dumb AF. And then all the comments were people sending that TikTok to their ChatGPT and getting the responses. And I genuinely think we need to start weeding out the pack a little bit. It's like, what the fuck? I really don't trust anyone who needs to talk to ChatGPT. You know, I'm gonna be completely candid. I have used ChatGPT for an assignment or two. Do I speak to it on a regular basis? No, I don't. But sometimes organic chemistry tutor isn't good enough and I'm still confused. I'm not completely against AI. I've never been, because that would be hypocritical as a STEM girly to be completely against something that I know very well is going to be implemented into everything. But I do what I can to not use AI recreationally or like for anything that is not like mandated for class stuff, because I know that, like, yes, there are some of my classes where I do need to use AI to do stuff, and that's unavoidable. I'm not saying, hey, ChatGPT, generate me an image of a dog. I have like a real problem with people who use ChatGPT as like a therapist of sorts. There's some people in my personal life who have been really sucked into it, like really badly, and they are on that damn phone, damn laptop actually, like all day, all night. They don't sit up once, and they're constantly talking to Claude or Gemini or Chat, and it's like weird and it bothers me. And I really think that we need to prioritize human connection, like, immediately. I understand that talking to people can be hard. Talking to an AI that'll tell you exactly what you want to hear is really easy, really simple. Doing hard things is more rewarding. I mean, I hiked all the way up here and set up my camera, which is now blowing in the wind, and it was hard, and it's hot outside. But I wanted to talk about my thoughts in a place that isn't my room, and I wanted to go outside and not be on my laptop or on my phone, and I wanted to be in nature. And I feel better. Anyways, my last point that I wanted to talk about is a bit delayed at this point, but I want to talk about Streamer University. Streamer University, I don't get the point of streaming. Maybe I'm just like someone who is not meant for streaming, because I feel like I'm a highly editable person. Like I need a million takes. I need a lot of cuts. I talk really slowly. I don't know. I think it's selfish. I think it's I don't know if selfish is the right word, but I think you do need a little bit of narcissistic genes in your body to be like, yes, I'm going to turn on this camera and talk to it for hours, and people are going to watch me. And to have that confidence that you are interesting enough for people to watch, or you have something to say, which perhaps is hypocritical of me to say as I speak to a camera right now, thinking that people are going to watch this video knowing damn well they're not. Yeah, I just thought about that again. Maybe I am meant to be a streamer. The only reason that I haven't tried to be a streamer yet is genuinely because like I don't have a PC. Maybe. I don't know. I also feel like streaming is kind of like a stepping stone into the alt-right pipeline, whereas YouTube videos are not. I think it kind of goes like TikTok, Twitch, Kick, alt-right pipeline. There's just something sinister about the aura of streaming, of being on camera 24/7, being unable to cut or clip is just like not for me. It again falls into the constant panopticon. I mean, like when I saw like clips from Streamer University, there's so many cameras there. Genuinely terrifying. I think that like people really do anything for a clip. It's like in 2016 where you would do it for the Vine, but 10 times worse. At Streamer University, there were people picking fights like every day. Mind you, it was only like 5 days or maybe 7 days, but same difference. Yeah, I don't know. Just something weird about it to me. It feels a bit like jestery, and it often makes me wonder, like, is entertainment really the thing that we need to be making at times like this? I think awareness is more important, discussions, but perhaps throughout all of that, there is a place for a jester, you know, and if these streamers want to be self-proclaimed jesters, then so be it. I think that it is some people's jobs. I don't know if jobs is the right word for it, but it is in some people's innate being to want to make people happy, to want to put a smile on people's faces. And if that is you, or if that is something that calls you, I would not be the person to tell you to stop doing that. I think that whimsy should show throughout all of the darkest parts. But I feel like now people should just be a lot more aware of the cameras that are on them. I feel like it's just, I mean, I say this with a camera pointed at my face and my phone on the table there, but like, there are too many damn cameras. Just be outside, bro. Like, I don't know. That's really all I have to say on this topic.